Welcome, 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 everybody. It's your man, Zuplexcity, Gen Nation, stand up. It's the Key List. I'm coming to you, bringing you the best comics to invest in for this month. We took a little hiatus, summertime, vacations and everything like that. But we are back. We are stronger than ever, and I've got some big news this month for you. Number one, I want to start off with an update on a previous book that I have mentioned. If you go back to episode 1 of the Key List, I told you guys to invest in Spectre number 54.
For me, is Spectre number 54. This is the first appearance of Michael Holt's Mr. Terrific, the second Mr. Terrific.
It was ranging about $50 for a raw high-end copy. There is a new record sale of this book after the announcement that, I got to get this guy's name right, Edie Guthege has been cast as Mr. Terrific. There is now a new record sale. A 9.8 CGC copy has sold for $1,000. That's right. You heard me correctly. $1,000. This was a $50 investment with whatever it costs you to go and get graded and pressed and everything like that. If you were lucky enough to hit a 9.8, you can get up to $1,000 for this book right now. Just showing you that the books I'm telling you to invest in, it may take some time, but they do absolutely pan out. So that being said, let's get into this month's list. Welcome to the Key List. Number 10, Tales of Suspense, number 69, 1965. This is the first appearance of Titanium Man. This book's running about $115 right now. I think he's going to make a big splash in Armor Wars when Armor Wars comes around. We're getting towards the end of Secret Invasion right now. We're going to have some key idea of where Armor Wars is kind of going to be set in Marvel. I know the MCU is taking a rearranged approach right now on their properties, that they're moving things around and pushing certain things back, moving other things up. I think this is a good investment for right now. If you can get in at $115, I think it's going to go up. I think a 9.8 copy is going to go through the roof, especially if they put him in Armor Wars. But either so, it's a book from the 60s. Those 60 books, they're worth money no matter what. They're absolutely worth money no matter what. But that's what I'm going with. The number 10 spot is Tales of Suspense, number 69. Number 9, Amazing Spider-Man, number 265. This is from 1985. It's the first appearance of Silver Sable. Now, this has to do with the Kraven movie. The Kraven movie, it seems like a lot of it's taking place in Russia. There's a lot of rumors that they're going to rework Silver Sable's origin to be of Russian descent, and that she's going to show up in Kraven. Now, this book is sitting at $90. It's at number 9 because we don't know any concrete information that Silver Sable is actually going to be in Kraven. However, Silver Sable is a big-time Spider-Man villain, and I don't see them keeping her off-screen forever. Like, they're going to get to her eventually. So if you can get in on this book at $90, yeah, maybe it doesn't pan out in the next 2 years, but maybe it pans out in the next 7. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good value at $90 to jump in on this book. So that's Amazing Spider-Man number 265, the first appearance of Silver Sable. Number 8, Fantastic Four, number 185. 1977, another 70s book. This thing's going to run you about $30. It is the first appearance of the new Witches of Salem. I'm sorry. This has to do with Agatha, Coven of Chaos, or Harkness, Darkness, whatever they're calling this new show. They've changed the name of this show 12 times already. But it centers around a witch's coven. We're assuming it's going to be the Witches of New Salem. This book coming in at $30 is a great value to jump on. I think it's something that can definitely lead to a bigger property, especially if they really are bringing in Mephisto. I think the new Witches of Salem will have a long staying thing in the MCU as far as the more phenomena like dark forces, magical side of things is concerned. I think Agatha's going to have a much bigger part. I think a character that we're going to go into later on in this list is going to have a much bigger part. But for right now, at $30, a book from the 70s, I don't think you can miss on this one. It's going to go up no matter what at this point. So I highly suggest jumping on it. That's your number 8, Fantastic Four, number 185. Number 7. I wasn't going to put this book on the list. I had another book in place of this. However, that book, the movie that I had to deal with, got scrapped. So I'm putting this one in here with a big asterisk. Wolverine number 88 from 1994. This is the first battle of Deadpool versus Wolverine. And you're gonna say to me, hey, Zuplex, like Deadpool 3 is coming. We've seen the pictures of Hugh Jackman. This book's definitely going to jump, isn't it? It might. It might. The reason why I'm saying that is 2 years ago, you could buy this book for $3. It was in the dollar bargain bin throwaway box. It wasn't a sought after book. However, once the announcement that Hugh Jackman was going to be in Deadpool 3 so long ago, this book immediately jumped to $100 raw. That's right. It went from $1 to $3 to $100 raw. My thing is, I don't know if it's going to make another jump. It may. And if you want to spend $100 on this book, be my guest, go for it. That's the going price of it. And it's stayed like that for the past almost 2 years now. I don't know if it's going to go much higher than that. But you get a 9.8 on it. Nice grade. You may be able to flip it for, if the movie does really well and the pictures, everything that we've seen for it, this might be a book that skyrockets also. There's just a lot of unknowns for me. But considering it already made like 1,000% jump, I don't know how much higher it can go. It's definitely a book that I'm going to keep my eye on. It's definitely a book that I want to try and drum up another copy of. I think I already have 2 copies of this. It's a risk at this point for $100. If this was $3, I'd tell you to jump. I'd tell you to buy 25 copies. But at $100, I don't know. So number 7, Wolverine number 88, first battle of Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 6, brand new book, Spider-Man number 7, 2023, first Spider-Boy. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's sitting at around $20 right now. There's 6 variants of this. There's a second print. There's a third print. They're all around the same price. I'm going to tell you to go out and buy this. If you can find a copy of it for $20, great. I wouldn't go much higher than $20. We don't know what this character is going to lead for us, but on the off chance that he ends up being the next Miles Morales and goes from you being able to get this book for $20 to $1,000, I say it's worth picking up for $20. It's definitely worth picking up for $20. So that's your Spider-Man number 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy. It's definitely one of those books that it may not go anywhere, but for $20, you can risk jumping all over it. I wouldn't buy 12 copies, though. All right, number 5. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Marvel Premiere number 12, 1973. This is the first appearance of Lilia, the Queen of the Gypsies, confirmed by the actress to be in Agatha, Coven of Chaos, whatever the hell they're calling that show. This book is a 70s book sitting at $30. You cannot miss on that. Like, I'm sorry, but any book from the 70s sitting around $30, that's a good book to jump on, man, especially if you know she's going to be in a movie. I'm surprised it hasn't made a spike yet because she confirmed it herself. This is a book that I definitely am going to jump on. I'm going to look for copies for myself. I think it's going to jump up probably raw to the $90, $100 mark. Graded, who knows? I mean, graded books right now, we're seeing record sales across the board on 9.8s, but it's only 9.8s. Then again, this is a book from the 70s, so there may not be any 9.8s out there. I have to check the CGC census on what this is looking like, but you may not be able to find a 9.8 out of this. So a 9.2 might be just as good. So $30 is not a bad investment on a Marvel Premiere number 12. That's your number 5 book. It's the first appearance again of Lilia, the Queen of the Gypsies. Number 4, Captain America, number 310. I'm sure you guys have heard of this book. 1985, first appearance of the Serpent Society. There's other Captain America books that have different versions of the Serpent Squad, but they're very, very specific about saying that the Serpent Society is going to be the villains of Captain America, New World Order, or whatever they're changing the name of that movie to. We've seen set photos of Seth freaking Rollins being the head of the Serpent Society. So we know that this is confirmed, that this is what's going on, and this book is sitting at $12. That's right, $12. Go buy this book. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a big jump, I think, on this one, especially when you have the enigmatic Seth freaking Rollins playing his first like pure actorial debut as a Marvel villain. I'm excited for this movie. I can't freaking wait. I think it's going to be amazing. I think this is a book that's going to be really, really good to get value out of, considering it's sitting at $12. If this book was sitting at $100, I'd say stay away from it. But considering it's sitting at $12, I think there's a lot of room to jump. Definitely a lot of room to jump. All right, going to number 3. We're looking at Amazing Spider-Man number 238. This is a book from 1983. It is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin. Ned Leeds becomes the this is the Hobgoblin Roger Kingsley. This book I've gone back and forth on a lot. It's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone back up again. It's at a high right now. It's at $450. But all rumors are stating that Ned Leeds is going to become the Hobgoblin in the Tom Holland Spider-Man 4 because he signed on for the new trilogy. So $450 is a steep price for a book. But the thing about it is this book has not really gone down below $400. So I think you're safe as far as you're not going to lose money on it. I don't know how much room you have to jump up, but there's definitely, especially if you get a high grade on this, you get a high grade on that book, you're looking at decent money returned. So I think it's a good investment, but you got to be very, very picky about the book. Can't get anything with any type of ratty condition. And $450 is, it's up there. It's a high price to be paying, but possible return on this is significant, especially if he does wind up being the villain of Spider-Man 4. I mean, there's also a chance that they may save him for the 5th Tom Holland Spider-Man. We're not really sure, but they've hinted at him becoming Hobgoblin so many times. I do see them doing it. So I think it's a smart play, even if you have to hold on to it for a few years. But again, this is also a book that you hold on to it for 10 years, and it's going to be worth way more. Way more. Again, Amazing Spider-Man number 238. That's your number 3 book. Going into number 2. This is complete speculation on my part, on your man Zuplexcity's part. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I like the odds of this book, and I like the price of this book even better. Demon number 1 from 1972. This is a DC Comics book. It is your first appearance of Etrigan the Demon. It's sitting at $175. The reason why I think that this is a very smart play right now is because nothing has been announced, but I 100% see James Gunn delving into Etrigan the Demon as a character. I think he's going to show up somewhere in the Gunverse, in the DCU. I'm not sure where yet. Possibly Swamp Thing. We know there's a Swamp Thing property, but James Gunn also hasn't announced all of the properties yet. I think, personally, knowing how James Gunn is with his characters, this is a James Gunn character. 100% a James Gunn character. That's the Demon number one. I think it's a great bet, especially if it's the book's sitting at $175, right? If it was sitting at $600-700, I wouldn't even put it on the list because it's too big of a risk. But at $175 for a book from 1972, you get a high grade copy of this, you're going to make your money back no matter what. It's just a matter of waiting for the right time to sell to see how much of a jump you can get, to see if maybe James Gunn does use Etrigan the Demon. Now you're sitting on a gold mine for $172. Going to number one, it should be of no surprise to anybody. Movies have come out this summer so far. We've gotten trailers. We've gotten all types of stuff. But we had Transformers Rise of the Beast, and the after credits scene gave us a hint. And Hasbro right now at San Diego Comic-Con is dropping news after news after news. They have got like 30 movies in the works. Barbie's becoming a huge hit for them. Transformers is doing well. They're looking to start casting He-Man soon. We're getting all types of stuff. They're 100% in my eyes. This movie is going to happen. G.I. Joe and the Transformers. The crossover is going to happen. Get it on the book now because here's why it's number one on the list. $5. $5. You're going to have, if you're buying online, I'm sure some eBay sellers are going to be selling this for way more money. However, I'm telling you right now, buy it in person in a book. It might be fluctuating. This is a book that's going to go up a little bit every week, right? But right now it's sitting at $5. I'd pay 10. I'd pay 20 for it. This book is going to spike big time. I have a big feeling about that. They're going to make this movie eventually. This is a get in now at the lowest price possible because this book is going to be worth a lot of money. 1987, like I said, it's the first crossover. It's G.I. Joe and the Transformers, number one. My eyes, it's a no-brainer. If you can find a guy with multiple copies willing to sell you $3, $5, $10 a piece, whatever, buy them. Buy them. You can't go wrong with this book. I really don't. The only thing that happens is Hasbro doesn't make this movie, and I don't see that happening. I really, really don't. Now with all the news that's coming out, all the money that they're putting into their movies right now, they've got, like I said, 40 movies on the slate or something crazy like that. You can't tell me that G.I. Joe and Transformers is not one of them. The crossover movie is not one of them. It has to be there. 100%. So that's your number one. That's your key list for this month. I'm happy to be back. Your man Zuplexcity. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know if you guys are out there collecting, what you guys are jumping on. Let me know what you guys think, like as far as what books you think is going to spike. Maybe I'll look into them. Maybe I'll be able to put them on a future key list or whatnot. Like, follow, and subscribe. Everything on GGEN. Make sure you guys ring that bell for notifications. Make sure you guys share us. We really appreciate all of our fans out there. We know we're small. We're trying to grow. If you could do us the solid and share us around and get us out there with your friends and everything like that, that's the best way for us to be able to grow and give you guys more content. That's what we're here to do, is give you guys more content. So this is your man Zuplexcity saying deuces. I love you guys all. bag and board your comics, collect what you like. See you later.